Hey guys, Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at bluechew.com. Chew it and do it. And we got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew for free when you use our promo code SOS at checkout. Just pay $5 in shipment. That's bluechew.com, promo code SOS, to receive your first month for free. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Hey, welcome to another episode of SOS VHS. Today, we have on the show a great rapper who has recently become an actor. You might know him from the hit show Beef on Netflix. His name is Rekstizzy, and his favorite movie is Superbad. So, grab your popcorn, your fake IDs, and find a way to get some alcohol. You'll need it. How do you come up with Rekstizzy? Was Mohammed taken?
I just want the audience to know that I literally got here like within a minute. I sat with this question. Muhammad was taken.
McLovin too.
Yeah, the most common name in the world.
Right.
Yeah. But I wanted something unique.
Yeah.
Instead of like common, I wanted something very SEO friendly. I know that's the coolest way to come up with a rap name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In growing up, did you have an obsession like Seth to like drawing dicks?
I honestly,
yeah,
I did draw a lot of dicks.
Right.
I think every guy did that, right?
Yeah.
You did that.
Yeah, I did that.
You did?
Oh yeah. Who hasn't? I'm not sure if I would call it an obsession, but I did it.
Do you still?
Yeah. No. Well.
Every now and then.
Yeah, here and there.
Yeah. When the opportunity presents itself,
right.
You have to.
Yeah.
No, that ass.
Were you up?
Like, you know what I do? I when you sign for your like sign a check or whatever.
Right.
It doesn't really matter what the signature is, as long as it's like you, right?
Yeah.
So I just like draw a dick a lot of time. No, that ass. I do.
Nobody has complained. No bounce check.
Like I don't do it. Like I don't do like a veiny dick. I don't do like I just do like the like.
Yes, the outline.
It's like cute. Yeah.
Yeah, the cute one.
Could be like a cartoon mouse.
Right. Yeah. Were you a popular kid in high school?
I'm not gonna lie, I was. And you know what's so funny? We're at the point in culture where it's not cool to have been popular.
Right.
So like, I'm like ashamed to say it. But I was also kind of a bully too.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm really ashamed to say that.
So you were like the kid like who bullied Seth?
Yeah, I was. Yeah. Yeah. I would have been the kid that like spit the loogie on his chest.
Yeah. Oh.
Like just
cool. So yeah, okay.
I was going through things. I think like, I was just like very angsty teen.
Yeah.
And also my brother just used to like smack the fuck out of me like all the time. So I think I learned.
You took that on the classmates.
And then like also I was just like a stoner. So like I was like just really numb and like not empathetic at all.
Yeah.
And I feel like that kind of goes against my like true nature, because I feel like I am naturally empathetic and like nice.
Right.
But like smoking weed, it's supposed to make you chill. It made me not chill.
It was the opposite.
Like I wanted to roast everybody.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
What was the craziest thing you experienced in high school?
I don't know. We used to just like, I used to get to school. I used to smoke weed.
Yeah.
Third period, I try to smoke again. By fourth period or lunch, that's when we drank 40s. And then, then just smoke weed again around eighth period. Or do some other drugs. And then I used to go to school in the Bronx. So I'd go back to Queens and then meet up with like my friends from Queens and then smoke again or drink.
So seeing that schedule, I would assume that your grades weren't that great.
They weren't. Yeah, I barely passed. I barely graduated. The funny thing is, I went to if you're from New York, I went to Bronx Science, which is a really good high school. So all you need to really do is you have to know how to take the test. So I went to like a cram school, like a lot of Asians do. and I learned how to take the test, so I got into this really good school. But yeah, everybody was really smart, and I just want to get high and get fucked up. Yeah.
So how come Superbad is one of your favorite movies?
It was just so, I don't know, it's so like real and relatable. I think another movie that kind of reminds me is like Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
Where there's like these little things, these little nuances that you think that is kind of unique to your experience growing up that like, you know, that movie captured. Like one of the funniest moments in that whole movie is not like a funny joke or anything. It's just like in the beginning when they're at the store and then Seth is like, yo, can you get this for me? He's like, yo, just get this Red Bull.
Yeah, in the middle of like blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
right?
they're just talking, he just throws that in there. And then like fucking Michael Cera's like, yeah. Right? Like I used to be that kid. I'm like, yeah. So I was like it was so, those are the kind of moments that like just tickle me. Like I won't even like laugh. I'll just sit there and I'll just like be like, wow, you know?
Yeah, they captured that.
Yeah. Hey, does anyone ever tell you that kind of remind them like of the guy from Dr. Strangelove?
Me?
Yeah.
Which guy? Like Peter Sellers?
Dr. Strange.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, it might just be your accent. I mean,
yeah, it might be the accent.
Yeah.
Usually people think like Antonio Banderas, you know, something sexy and cool.
No, they don't.
They don't.
Do you know any lines from it?
From Doctor Strangelove? No, not really. I mean, I know the movie okay. It's not something that I watch a lot, but
one of my favorite movies too.
Yeah. So for those who haven't seen Superbad, can you tell us what's
I should have picked Dr. Strangelove.
Next time.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, go on. Sorry.
No. For those who haven't seen Superbad, what's the movie about?
It's a rom-com. It's a love story between two boys, and they just want to get laid, and they're trying to make their way through life, kind of growing up. It's like coming of age story for sure. Yeah, they're not like popular. Like one of the things about this movie that captures very accurately is like how awkward like kids are in like high school. Yeah, and it's not just them; it's actually like the girls that they like, and even. Like, I don't know, just everybody's a little bit like awkward. And in that way, like the movie felt like more real, like the dialogue and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of the day, it's a love story though, between them.
It's friendship.
Boys love.
Which character do you identify with the most?
Yeah, Seth probably.
Okay.
Yeah. But Jonah Hill. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a friend like Michael Cera's character
that I kind of
high
like
school, like
bullied around,
like that you kind of
like bullied around, but I actually needed it, like and depended on yeah, I guess, you know, but I think also like I was that for other people too, you know, like it was weird, like growing up in Queens, like being Asian, you can either be like kind of nerdy and like, you know, just, you know, your friends do whatever, but then if you're like trying to be cool or whatever, like there's so much like toxic masculinity, like people like trying to gangbang or like, you know, like everyone's just trying to like sun each other and like roast each other, and it was weird. So like if you weren't getting like bullied, you were bullying, and then later on you could go somewhere else and start getting bullied. So it's always just like this fucking dick measuring contest. It's so toxic. Yeah.
Okay. And when did that change for you?
When I went to college. After you leave like high school and everything, you just see like the world is bigger. And it was just kind of ironic because I went to like Binghamton, which is upstate, where it's like it's a small town. So It feels like the world is smaller. But even like listening to the professors and stuff, like just seeing how like they're actually passionate about what they're teaching. And you know, just being exposed to more, like I was like watching as many films as I could from like the library. Like I went through like little French New Wave like
era
phase. Yeah. I mean, you know, most like film, you know, film fans,
Yeah.
cinephiles.
And what was your dream when you were in high school? What do you dream like becoming? Do you start thinking about music then, or more?
You know, I have a elementary school yearbook where I'm like, they asked everybody like what they want to be, and I wrote that I want to be a Korean rapper. And then, I guess I realized that dream. It's not as glamorous as you think. But yeah, just growing up, I don't know. I think growing up Asian, like I figured that I'd like go into like business or something. Like I've definitely gone to like job fairs and like learned how to like, fashion a resume and all that stuff.
Yeah. Did your parents push you in that direction? Like the stereotypical?
Not really, but
okay.
I mean, yeah, like that. I think that's what they expected. But they weren't like, oh, they just knew that I was going to do it. And then I also knew I was going to do it. All my friends knew that they were going to do that. But then in college, I was like, I wanted to be a filmmaker. And I also wanted to be a novelist. And then, so I graduated, and then like I started like trying to figure out how to do that. And then I interned for some publisher, and I realized that a lot of times it's about like what credits this writer has when they submit like, like their manuscript or whatever. And then, so I started like trying to freelance write. I got published in like all these magazines, like as like, I used to do like hip hop stuff, like review albums, interview artists. Yeah. And then, and then, but while doing that, I was always rapping. I was rapping since I was, like elementary school. And then like, I just do it like, it was just like a part of life. Like, oh, like we get high, we get drunk, we rap, we fuck around, make some tracks here and there. And then like, as I was like interviewing these artists or reviewing these albums that I thought were kind of trash, I was like, yo, if they're going for it, like why can't I give it like a shot? And then, yeah, that's where we are.
And, yeah. Did you find your voice as a rapper here, or do you think like you brought I mean, obviously when you hear about rap history, right, there's the East Coast versus West Coast. Yeah.
That's actually a good question. I think I changed as a person a lot. Like I think the rough edges around me like was like dissipating from high school through college, and then it was still coming out of my rap songs when I first started. But then I don't know. I think I definitely got way better in LA. Yeah. As I chilled out. I feel like I'm more me. But like I still have like a New York state of mind, but I'm like more chill. Yeah. Yeah. Because in New York, it's like everyone is like so quick to shoot people down because they're like, nah, fuck that. Like we're very blunt. Yeah. And in LA, I learned like you don't have to like it, but you don't have to like try to kill someone's dream. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, people are more. And people can get better. Yeah. Like even Kendrick Lamar, right? You like Kendrick Lamar? I like Kendrick Lamar. Yeah. You think he's a genius? I think he's pretty good. Yeah. You should hear his old songs. He has some struggle songs. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's something that with art too, like film, the same way, right? Like people think like, oh, you're born a genius or you cannot work in that industry, and the reality is like it's just work. Yeah, like anything else. Yeah, like there's so many examples. Like there's like people like that I've seen doing stand up, like and I'm just like, God damn, they're so trash. Yeah, like and then like I see them now, and like it's been a couple years. I'm like, oh, they kept going, they kept practicing, they got better. Yeah, and it's like the old New York me would have like shit on them for no reason, and then later, I'd have to be like, fuck, I have to like, have to give that apology and shit. But now it's just like, yeah, let's let them grow, Yeah, and I hope that people, hear my shit. And, if they didn't like it before, I feel like I got better. Yeah, get better with every song. And are you still interested in writing longer form, like novels, like you said, or screenplays, or? Yeah, I definitely am. Like I like stuff on ice, but I think nowadays everyone's so multifaceted and they do so much random shit.
Yeah.
It's I do respect like when people do one thing good or two things, you know? So right now I want to act and do music.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, will I ever write something or do I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you write a movie like Superbad? Is that in your wheelhouse?
I don't think I'd write something like Superbad. I think that's something that I kind of like what I want to do, like growing up or whatever. But
yeah,
I think I'd try to do something more like on some like I'd want to do some shit in like the desert, some tribes. You know what I'm saying? Like speaking like weird language. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to do something more bugged out.
Okay.
Like aliens first, meeting Neanderthals and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not funny?
No, I'm sure to be
the
funny.
Aliens.
How funny would that be?
Yeah, that's cool.
Like the whole time that the aliens, the first time they were talking to like the first humans or whatever.
Right.
One of the dudes like listening to the aliens talk, he's just touching his dick. You know what I mean? Because that's not like a faux pas in society.
I see.
Yet.
So it could be still a Seth Rogen. You can give him a role. Cool.
Yeah. Do your homies still do that though? Like say like you're at your friend's house late, they just like put their hand in their boxers and just start massaging their balls while they're talking to you.
I would say more like the American friends, but yes.
Oh yeah.
What's your favorite scene in Superbad?
My favorite scene. I mean, I think a lot of people their favorite scene is like probably the McLovin scene. But yeah, just watching it recently. I fucking love that. Wow. Is this you when you were younger?
Yeah, that's me, McLovin.
That's so dope. Did you have that or did you buy it recently?
Actually, one of the kids who work here has it in his wallet all the time.
What?
Yep.
That's insane.
That's...
my favorite's probably the I Love You scene, like at the end. Where they... Like I said, I'm telling you, man.
You go for the heart.
That's the rom-com. It's a rom-com, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Between them. It's like, they have the love interest, whatever, but that's noise, dude.
Yeah.
It's really between him, those two guys, and they finally they deal with, they're finally ready to admit how important they are to each other. And after I don't know, man. It's just a beautiful scene. All the bullshit melts away. Yeah. And then they hug at the end and then they wake up and they have an awkward morning. Like they just fucked. It's so good, man. Yeah.
This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Let's talk about sex. And today we're watching a movie that is very much about sex. So, unlike the characters of Superbad, I think if you find yourself in a situation where things are not working that well, try Blue Chew. I've mentioned it before. I have a few friends who have tried it and her lives have been turned around. Talk to Blue Chew. They have licensed medical professionals who can help you, and you might be one of those people who benefit from using Blue Chew. Do you want to bring some heat in the bedroom? Now you can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed. Listen up. BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra in chewable tablets and at a fraction of the cost. The best part is all done online, so no visit to the doctor's office, no awkward conversation, no line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped in discreet packages that go directly to your door. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. Chew it and do it. And we got a special offer for our listeners. Try Blue Chew for free when you use our promo code SOS at checkout. Just pay $5 in shipment. That's BlueChew.com, promo code SOS to receive your first month for free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. um, since you were popular in high school, baby, you didn't have the problems that they have like with girls. Were you like, did you have a girlfriend in high school, or was it like, were you always chasing girls?
Um, I think no matter how popular or good looking you are, you could be awkward, and you have like silly moments too.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever punched a girl in her chest accidentally?
Like on purpose?
No, I wasn't gonna say accidentally.
No, I haven't. No,
okay.
no.
Okay.
Good answer.
Thank God.
Yeah. So, what? How old were you when you lost your virginity?
I think like junior year
In high school?
Yeah, I was sexually active earlier.
Yeah.
I remember the first time, like one of the first times I did anything. I remember like we were in the bathroom, and then like all my friends and like they were all at the door like listening in and not even trying to be like you know what I mean? They were so obvious.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, what the fuck, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I lost my virginity to, I grabbed any music that I could find, like, right near me.
Mm-hmm.
And it happened to be an album, Yo-Yo Ma and Bobby McFerrin.
You did, like, classical cello music as...
It was kind of beautiful, man. And since that day on, like, whenever I hear Yo-Yo Ma or cello,
yeah,
just a little bit of pre-cum.
Shout out to Yo-Yo Ma. And look, I don't think that's it's a good music.
You could be like the white Yo-Yo Ma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think?
A little bit.
If I had some like
do this
musical.
You're not.
So do you feel nostalgic about that whole time, the high school time? Is something like your New York era and all of that?
Yeah, I'm really, really happy that I don't consider those my best years.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you didn't pick in high school.
Well, I mean, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think, just like my time after high school and college and all that stuff, like my life has been fun. I don't think I'm the most successful. I'm fucking broke right now still. But I've had like priceless memories, and I think I'm gonna have more. And I feel like I'm definitely not peaked yet. And yeah, it kind of sucks if you think high school is like your best years. You know what I mean? That's kind of sad. Like,
yeah,
it's like you can't do shit. You're like, you're just a kid. And yeah, if anybody watching this and hearing this, that makes you feel bad or something, you got time. You know what I mean? Do that thing that you wanted to do. I don't know. I'm kidding, like trying to get inspirational shit.
Yeah, deep. But it's true. Like Superbad portrays like high school very different. Like, I think a lot of high school movies that I've seen growing up had them cheerleader and the quarterback and like these people who are so popular, and it feels like, okay, if that's your life, then everything's gonna go downhill, versus like then like the nerd kids usually have a better lives later on.
Yeah.
You didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I liked about the movie too. It wasn't so like cookie cutter, like, oh, we need to fill these archetypes and shit. Like, it was just like these two kids. They're just two, like, in the school. It didn't feel like the world revolved around them at all. Actually, probably on the other end.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, I forgot what we were talking about.
Do you think it captured that high school experience like accurately?
Yeah, I absolutely do think so.
Yeah. Did you go to parties like that in high school?
We do parties.
Yeah.
But we, like those parties kind of remind me of Long Island parties, because like I was in Queens, and then next to us was Long Island, and it was like known to be a little bit more rich, or like they had a pool in the backyard and stuff like that. So like yeah, I go to parties and it would look like those.
And you were invited, or you have to sneak in? Like,
Yeah.
But were there fights?
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
There might have been times when we would go and the host wouldn't want us there. Because we were just being rambunctious and like
disruptive.
Or we wouldn't contribute, like we wouldn't like have brought like alcohol. We just drink the alcohol, you know what I'm saying? Or,
right.
Like, we try to take their girls and shit. But our parties were kind of silly, man. In Queens, we would like, you know, it's New York, so we're like, it'd be like winter, right? We all got our North Face puffy jackets, right? We would stick like 440s in our jackets. I remember specifically, we go to like a karaoke room. Mm-hmm. It's private, and then get like the biggest one. We would not sing songs. We would plug in our music, so we'd be blasting rap music, and then we just be doing like fucking ketamine and like Molly and just fucking chugging. Yeah.
This is in high school. This is like our producer here, Carlos, would probably enjoy those parties.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Before I died, of course.
I mean, it feels like that was a cause of death.
Yeah.
No, cause of death was a plane crash with Andres.
Oh, shit. That sucks, dude.
It's okay.
Obviously, if you were doing that, what?
Yeah, that was like...
what age did you start drinking?
I started drinking in 7th grade.
Oh.
7th grade, smoking weed. Yeah. Like I remember smoking cigarettes in 6th grade. And then it just led to like, you know, I want to do more shit. You know? And then you know what's really funny that now people know? So before I smoked cigarettes, I was like very like Christian. I was like a Jesus freak. I was like listening to like contemporary Christian music. Mm-hmm. And
were you rapping Christian music?
Yeah. No, I wasn't. No, I was playing guitar and shit. Yeah. And then yeah, I was just like, you know what, fuck this shit. You know? Yeah, and then I just like felt like rebellious. So I smoked a cigarette. It was like right after church. And then from there I was like just went I think if I like something or I'm into something, I like commit. Yeah.
So yeah. So what happened with church? What was the thing that made you like?
You know, okay.
Let me run.
It's just I was just like I think I wanted to be like the praise leader or something, and then they were like nah, and then I was like, all right, fuck y'all. That's so corny, dude.
Okay. No.
I'm embarrassed to say. I don't even want this to come out now. You don't got it. But that's like such like that's like such an Asian American upbringing. I feel like it's like you're either like one of the good church kids, or like you're just
burning
like,
the church,
or like you're trying to like be a little thug.
Yeah.
I think if you're growing up now, it's definitely more options. You can be like whatever. Because like, you know, with the internet and like so many subcultures. But back then it was like this or that.
But your parents weren't born in the US, right?
No.
So how did their culture, you know, and like kind of like growing up here, how does that mix affect you, I guess, growing up?
I don't know. Just I think I had a pretty like normal for like a Korean American kid growing up. I did love K-pop a lot, like back in the 90s. Like I was so into it. Like I was really into this group HOT, and I like learned the choreography and like did it at the talent show in school. This is in the 90s. This is like now you do it like they're like, oh, I know that song.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But back then, like this is like probably the first time these like non-Asian kids ever seen K-pop in their life. You know what I mean? And yeah. Other than that, yeah, I feel like I had pretty, you know, normal, like just the same like everybody else.
Yeah.
Aside from like, I mean, even that is the, you know, back then Dragon Ball wasn't a thing, you know, growing up. But now all the kids grow up with Dragon Ball, and like now we're throwing shit
Yeah.
and One Piece. Yeah, I was obsessed with like like looking back, and even throughout like high school and stuff, I had like kind of nerd tendencies though. Like when I was super young, one of my biggest obsessions was Godzilla. Like I would drag my mom by the hand. Like anytime we passed the video shop, I'd be like, "Mom, like, can I just please check if there's like a Godzilla movie I haven't seen yet?" Yeah, I was like obsessed like that, and then that obsession, earlier when I told you like if I'm into something, I get like obsessed. That obsession somehow switched to like Wizard of Oz books.
From Godzilla to
like Oz,
the connection. Yeah.
So like Wizard of Oz, it's like book 2, or like I forget, but there's like 14 of them.
Yeah.
So like I read like all of them, and yeah.
Yeah, when you like something, you just commit.
Yeah.
So
right now,
it depends on what you like, right? Like,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
have to be careful what you like.
Yeah. It's like Adderall and shit.
Right. What are you into right now?
Yeah. Right now, I'm into IVE, dude. They're a K-pop group, and I'm
Not BTS.
I'm flying all the way to New York just to watch their concert.
Sick.
Well,
Work
I miss
hard.
New York.
New York's great. It's great to visit, not to live.
I miss anything. I mean, I don't know if I would really like New York because it is an island. I miss mainland. I've been here too long. I have some questions.
I can't believe I'm talking to this skeleton.
Yeah. It's like,
Actually, I do have some questions for you, Rek.
Okay, hold my hand while you ask.
There you go. Have you ever shot a gun?
I have.
9mm like McLovin? Police issue?
I don't know. My brother took me to the gun range. I'm not really into guns. I'm scared of weapons, man.
yeah.
Oh, interesting. So is this movie too pro-police?
I don't think so. It's like
Because
my
it's a
hip hop
parody.
my hip hop upbringing says fuck the cops. And Black Lives Matter, all that. I support that, but it's like
Respect.
I also, there's cops that they just try to do their job and they genuinely just want to like, serve and protect.
Yeah,
Believe it or
respect,
not.
respect. Yeah.
Especially in those like suburban neighborhoods, like a Superbad.
Have you met like cops like Seth Rogen and Bill Hader? Like fun cops like that?
Yeah, I think I have. I will say though that there are a lot of Asian cops.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking get. I might get
Dip?
But oh shit. But I feel like a lot of the Asian cops that I've met are like super like power trip. Like they're like, well, I don't know what it is, man. Because I feel like once they got the power, they got drunk off that power, dude.
What should we do about it?
Nothing. Just let them.
Let them do their thing.
them.
I'll take your lead, Rek.
Yeah. So, but what is your definition of success?
You know what? I think happiness. So yeah, you know what? I am happy though.
So you're successful?
You won't find a more happy broke person.
Hell yeah, man.
I'm rich with I'm rich in friends and experiences and honestly, if it wasn't for bills, I'd be happy all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever fucking first of the month, I'm a different person that week because I'm like,
Oh yeah, that's when all the
We always-
specials are for escorts in LA.
yeah. Have you ever done escort stuff? I
Oh.
feel like there's a fetish for like,
Oh, I have, yeah.
This
When I was
this
alive.
producer, yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, back in California.
He's got
he could be a good mate of yours. This
Hell
producer.
yeah. I have one last question actually. Do I
Let
remind
go of your hand after that.
Do I remind you of death? Just me as a skeleton, but also with the movie Superbad being from over 10 years ago, does it remind you of your younger self? The styles have changed. The jokes may have not aged as well. Does this movie remind you of your impending death or as you get older?
I do. I was looking through some old pictures recently because I was like trying to compile like a hip hop 50th anniversary like post or whatever. So I was like looking through like crew pics and stuff, and yeah, like damn, like we like when like I first met like Dumb and all like all the friends that I mostly hang out with now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we looked super young back then. It was crazy. But yeah, I do think about my mortality a lot though. I mean, the movie didn't remind me of death, but like one of the things is just like the older you get, the more you start to like empathize with your parents and like realize like how young they were when they had you and were trying to raise you.
Yeah.
And like it's crazy. Like I'm going to New York to see Ive, but I do want to see my parents too. And it's like I don't know where like who said it, but it was like that whole thing where like if you only see your family like once a year, you go home and see them once a year. Like at this point, like when you're a little older, it's like they only have so much time. You're only gonna see them like 10 or 20 more times, you know, before they die.
Wild.
Yeah.
And that's just crazy. And that really hit me the last time I went home, which was only a couple of months ago. And I was like, you know, I can't do shit no more. Like I mean, I can't have like a 2-year chunk because that's what happened because like pandemic and all that stuff.
Right. You stayed here.
Yeah. And I was like, I have to go home like 2 to 3 times a year. That's like kind of my new resolution.
That's cool. I wish I could do that.
Do you want to have a family?
Me?
Yeah.
I would like to in the future, you know. But yeah, I could like barely take care of myself. People ask me like, you know, they know I like frogs. Like I'm obsessed with frogs, and like they're like, why don't you get a pet frog? And I'm like, because I don't want to be responsible. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want
What
him
is
to
that?
die.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I am the frog. So
Right.
yeah.
Are you waiting for the kiss to see if you become the prince?
What a question, Andre.
Yo, that's such a funny thing to hear with no context. Are you waiting for the kiss? That's just so funny, man. Yeah, I am waiting for the kiss, dude.
Good. How did you end up playing Bobby opposite to Andrew on Beef?
So, I think it was originally a part made for Bobby. And
His name Bobby, right? The character's name
his
is
name
Bobby.
is Bobby, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. I mean, you know, I honestly...
He went to rehab. Oh, sorry, guys.
But
Is that what happened?
But when did you start, I guess, like going into acting?
I mean, I've always wanted to, but you know, I didn't like kind of know where to start, you know, and it's like, but I think around that time I did like this survival reality show called Money Game, and yeah, I didn't win. I got stabbed in the back. I could have had like 300K or whatever.
Fuck.
Yeah, I came home, and then I didn't sleep for like 8 days or like 7 days. Like I didn't sleep comfortably. Like I was like confined in this space with like these strangers, and like I didn't shower. I was pooping in bags and shit. Like it was the weirdest experience that I didn't get paid for at all. And then yeah, it was like weird, it was like human rights violation.
You are
honestly,
rich
yeah,
in
that show.
experiences, you were saying.
Yeah, that was another. Yeah, and so I came home very disheartened, and then like I finally checked my emails for the first time, and like, so yo, by the way, can I vape?
Yeah.
Can I hit the vape real quick? I come home and I'm like, I'm just going through it. I'm like so sad and like really like you ever use the word downtrodden?
I have never.
That's yeah.
Me neither. I've never
I had to
said
use
that.
the word downtrodden to describe my how I felt. And I get this email like, oh, we want you to try out for the role of Beef. And then I'm thinking like I've been hearing, you know, there's been like rumors circulating, and like I think even like Rick from Fun with Dumb tried out, and you know, I was like, oh shit. And then I thought like this is like a new opportunity that's coming to me when I feel like I'm in really deep in this hole. So I like tried my best. Like I really like I did mad takes, and then after I decided on one, I emailed them and I was like, yo, you know what? I could do it better. And I slept on it. They gave me an extra day and then I sent it. Did my best. I didn't expect to hear back. And then, yeah, they hit me up. And then, and then I did a chem read with Steve and Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know, when I was in that chemistry read and it was like kind of like a Zoom meeting audition, I was so nervous, but I was strangely like calm too. Like, and it was super fun. I was just saying like whatever. I was just saying the stupidest shit. And then, and then like I was on set like 2 days later. Like, it happened so fast.
And have you feel like that it opened doors in terms of your acting career?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I would like, I've been in LA and I would always go to like these random like Hollywood like parties or like just I'd go to parties and I feel like I'm a good time, but I do feel like motherfuckers like, oh yeah, that's Rek, but then they're like, what the fuck does he do? You know what I'm saying? And then now I'm like, yeah, I'm an actor, fuck it.
Right. Yeah.
But
do you do auditions? Do you go, or how are you focusing your career?
I mean, nothing's going on right now.
Right.
But not yeah. I'm I have nothing to like say or promote or anything. But yeah, I'm definitely this is like something I'm passionate about, and I'm trying to pursue. I was gonna say I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, but I think one of the ways that they found me though initially was because the podcast Phone with Dumb. I think the showrunner Sonny Sungjin Lee, he he's a fan of the show, and I think that he was like I don't know, he kind of fits like the Bobby role as well. So
right,
yeah,
cool, yeah. Where what do you think has been your biggest break so far in your career? What was the moment or a moment where you said okay, I can do this professionally, either singing or I guess acting would be this role. Yeah,
probably that.
What about singing? Yeah, what about singing and rapping? Meaning, what moment did you say, okay, I can do this for a living?
I don't know if that break really has come like that, but I don't know. I'm like one of those artists where when I do a show, a lot of times the audience doesn't know who I am. So I have to always win them over. And I feel like I always do. You know what I mean? Like I come on and I know how to perform. I know how to put on a fucking show, And yeah. I'm not. It would be nice to like come out like Rekstizzy and then like everyone's like and then like all I have to do is like
right,
just fucking breathe, and then they're like, oh shit.
Yeah. And yeah.
But I have to work for the applause. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like like stand up kind of,
Yeah.
Where they have to, like no matter how famous you are, you could bomb. You're not just feeling it that night.
Yeah, but it is a little easier if they know you.
Yeah,
if they
for
give
sure.
you more grace. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you haven't had your super bad moment, right? Because both Jonah Hill, Michael Cera, I guess they have done smaller things before, but I think after this movie they became like very popular.
Yeah. I like Jonah Hill too. I liked him a lot in was that movie where they like made a college, like a fake college? Accepted? No.
With Justin Long.
Yeah.
Accepted, yeah.
Yeah.
I love Justin Long too.
Yeah.
I'm so glad he's back. Like I don't know if you guys seen that horror movie he did.
Yeah.
Oh,
great guy. I want to be friends with him.
Yeah, what's your favorite Jonah Hill movie, Dad?
It's probably Superbad. But he's Wolf of Wall Street. Like,
yeah, he changed it.
He's so fucking good.
He's so good.
He's a style icon too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He auditioned for Superbad, or he read for the role in his trailer for while they were shooting Knocked Up.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Just a quick fact.
That whole squad was so strong. That Avatar.
Yeah.
What squad would you want to be part of?
I mean, if I could do it, whatever, I would like to be with the movie brats. You know, the Spielberg, Scorsese,
Oh, okay.
Coppola, like at the 70s people.
Yeah.
More than
That would be insane.
yeah.
That's gonna be a squad that'll just be known forever.
Yeah. What about you?
I want to be down with that Wes Anderson crew, man.
You wanna? Yeah.
They look like they have so much fucking fun, man.
Yeah. You wanna? I mean, it's yeah. He's like, let me cast everyone, right?
Yeah.
In Hollywood, and then they all come.
Somebody was like, I remember I was like talking to somebody, and they were like, oh, Wes Anderson is. He's like, his movies are just like, oh, check out my fucking like dollhouse.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, but how dope is a dollhouse, bro? Like, what are you hating on? I don't like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This shit is hard. This shit is dope. Everything about it, the dialogue, the art direction, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think he's very good since his first movie, but now his aesthetic is so you can recognize him anywhere.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. And you know, like, it is cliched, like Wes Anderson.
Yeah. No, what was your favorite Wes Anderson?
My favorite Wes Anderson. It might be, damn, I don't know, because I like all of them for different reasons.
Okay.
But I feel like Tarantino, like his like movie where I feel like he like kind of mastered all of his tricks and just made like almost like a perfect movie that's, you know, specific for him is like Inglourious Bastards.
Mm-hmm.
And for Wes Anderson, I think that's Moonrise Kingdom.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, because it's like, you know, it's like it's centered around a kid.
Yeah,
but
I think like I knew you were gonna say that, and I thought, you know, that because you like the
innocent,
the coming of age, the love, the young love, and all of that. I feel like,
there's like that purity.
Yeah,
and like, but it's like not cheesy, you know. It's like even Moonrise Kingdom, like it's a kid, but like it's not handled like he lets them kind of be not adults, but you know what I mean.
yeah,
Like
it's authentic. It feels real.
yeah.
And it's quirky. The characters are like awkward, like you said.
Yeah, I think like a lot of great art, like the really great art, is something that speaks to as many people.
Yeah.
You know? Like something like that. Like kids will love it. You know, adults understand it. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it just spans all ages. And like, yeah, that's, I think in that ideal world, like those are kind of projects I'd love to do. Like I want to do dark, I want to do like adult shit. I want to do like, you know, but I'd love to be part of those kind of movies. Like that would be the end goal. Yeah.
If you had to make a song for Superbad, a rap song, what would it be like?
I think a lot of my music is kind of like it's kind of in that lane, or like, you know, like Ricky Bobby,
yeah,
which is the other movie that I was like debating between Superbad and Talladega Nights. There's like I like stuff that's kind of stupid, but if you kind of get it and you understand the nuances and like then you really fully appreciate it. Like there's genius in it, you know? And I mean, it's kind of like cringe to say that about your own like music and stuff, but I think that my stuff is like that too. Like on the surface, it's just like very like,
it's like silly, but
dick jokes, you know? Like the last lyric that I wrote was like, I was like lemon squeezy, cause I ain't greasy. Unless it's tea tree oil on my pee-pee. You know what I'm saying?
Genius.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I like shit like that.
Yeah. I also saw that you sing both in Korean and in English. How I imagine that it's completely different. And how do you move between cultures, I guess, is my question.
Yeah, it's hard. Cause like, so during the pandemic, I've always wanted to sign with this label called 8 Ball Town. It's my friend's label, and they're very like eclectic, and they do a lot of like it's called Neutro, which is like new retro.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like all of it's kind of paying homage, but it's all very quirky and fun, but also they're respected in like the scene. So I signed with this label called 8 Ball Town, and then I was like, if I'm gonna put music out in Korea, I might as well rap in Korean. I am so bad at Korean, so like every time I write one verse in Korean, I use up all my vocabulary. So I have to go out and like learn new slang or new words, and it was really challenging, but it was like so fun too. Because also like the way that I speak Korean or I rap in Korean, it's so broken, but it's funny to them too. It's like,
right,
yeah,
your accent is a part of it.
Yeah. Like there's times that me and my friend, he's like Korean. We worked on a song called "The Saddest Song," and the whole session we were just cracking up nonstop. Like, yeah, I think that's like so like beautiful when like, like the Koreans and like the Korean Americans or like, foreign Koreans, we call them Kyopos, like Koreans that are not ethnically Korean, but they're about born in Korea. Like when they can like overcome those cultural differences, it's like the best.
I mean, I feel like when you were growing up, probably there weren't as many opportunities as now for, diversity, like culture. Like I feel like Korean movies and Korean are very popular now in like mainstream.
Yeah, we had to kind of dig for it.
Right.
Well, even my parents and a lot of Korean parents, one of their connections back to the motherland was through dramas, and they would go to a video store. Like every neighborhood had a video store, and our parents would just like work like all day, but then like on the weekends or one day of the week, they'd come home with like a black bag, like a black cheap like vinyl bag full of like 20 VHS tapes, and then they would just like marathon through that shit. So that was like one way that I connected with my culture back then. Obviously food, but everyone talks about the food aspect. K-pop, in the 90s, that made me feel really Korean. And I think that was like really important for a lot of us growing up, because we, luckily for me and a lot of people in LA and like New York, like more like these bigger cities, there are a lot of Asians.
Well,
so like,
you find your community.
Yeah. But we still went through a lot of racism. Like I've growing up, I used to get into fights all the time. People calling me gook or chink, and I like, for us, it was like if somebody just said that, it was like we have to fight them. That was like the kind of feeling. It was different.
Yeah.
Then I think, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Were you able to like, I feel like someone like, for example, Bobby, he I guess he grew up, he was a little older than you, but the idea was the same, right? Growing up. And then he took all those words and now he loves to joke about it and like kind of like take the power out of those words. Are you like that? Do you feel like...
Yeah, I'm not like gook chick, like...
This is something that you can like...
Yeah, I don't really care.
That's a good trigger. Yeah.
It's so cheap. It doesn't... I mean, honestly, anything, like really. I think last week I was out with a friend and we were like 4 girls, right? And then we're at a bar in K-Town, local. And then like we see these I see like in the corner, because I'm always like kind of aware of my surroundings.
Yeah.
I think just growing up in New York makes you like that. Like I'm always just kind of like, I'll be chilling, but I'm still like conscious of who's where,
Yeah.
And I see these like 3 drunk Korean dudes, and I see them like eyeing us, And I'm just like, yeah, like, whatever, dude. You know, I'm having a good time. You're obviously mad because, you know, we're with like 4 girls, you know?
Right.
And yeah, they just like, finally it came to the point where they were drunk enough, and then they came over and started talking shit, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, that shit does not like phase me at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, back then I would have gotten like hot and like what the fuck you say? Like, you call me a bitch, whatever.
Right.
I'm just like, yo, whatever, dude. I have like so much more like things on, like, I think when I think of a fight, I'm like, damn, you know, if I get into a fight, I might break my glasses. You know what I mean? And like,
or practical.
and I might have to like, yeah, I can't work if I hurt myself. So like, yeah, like that's, I think the more just like comfortable you are with yourself and the more you got going on in your life, those things, nothing bothers you.
Yeah.
Unless somebody's like cock blocking like your business opportunity, that should get me hot. I'll fight. I get a fist fight for that shit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know?
So what advice would you give the characters of Superbad? If you can, you know, talk to them, what would you tell them?
Just keep loving each other. And yeah, because they're friends. These two are friends in their formative years. Like, you know, like, I mean, I'm sure it's true for you and it's true for a lot of people. Like, you know, your best friends, that shit can constantly change depending on your work, your environment, like, you know, even how busy your own family. Mm-hmm. But it's nice to, you know, whenever you can, you know, reconnect. And when you reconnect, you also reconnect with a part of yourself that you may have forgotten about. And that was important to you, mm-hmm. you know? And because these people, they know you kind of best, you know, and that goes for your family as well. And yeah, so whatever happens, you know, there might be a lot of distance, a lot of time that where you guys kind of grow apart. But always remember that moment when you two were in the basement, hugged up on each other, finally admitting, I love you. And I love you. And you
cool.
too.
What about yeah, for sure.
When's the last time you guys said I love you to Bobby or Andrew?
Last time?
Yeah.
I don't
or George. How about
first
George?
Time.
Oh, really?
No, to be honest, I grew up with like, you know, you didn't say I love you as much, you know, it's just.
Where'd you grow up again?
In Spain.
Yeah.
But it was like assumed, you know, kind of like you don't have to say it, you just see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Americans use it more often and they love everything.
Not in an Asian household.
Right.
Not in a Korean one.
Yeah.
It's probably similar.
It's more pressure.
Yeah, it's just like, it has to be assumed.
Yeah. Okay, before we finish, I have a few questions to finish, but...
All right, I got some movie facts.
Yeah.
All right. You guys may know this, but some listeners may not. The lead characters played by Jonah and Michael Cera are named Seth and Evan after the writers Seth Rogen, of course, and Evan Goldberg. Yeah. Jonah Hill is only 2 years younger than Seth Rogen in this movie.
Oh.
The word fuck is used 100.
Wait.
What's up?
What's all these movie facts? You should have turned into a trivia for me, bro.
Oh, you know all this?
Okay. All right.
Why don't you just turn them into questions?
We can.
Yeah. All right. What the shirt worn by Michael Cera throughout this movie, what TV show did he also wear this identical shirt in?
Arrested Development.
Yes. All right.
I love Michael Cera, dude. I love Michael Cera and Jonah Hill. I love him so much. It made me cough.
Which actor did Jonah Hill not like at first before
Fogel.
shooting the movie?
Fogel.
Of course, Chris Mintz-Plasse.
Who would like... He looks like a little dickhead.
He does have a rough rep in Hollywood.
Huh?
He does have a rough reputation in Hollywood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a tough guy. Like, he just kind of does what he wants. Yeah, he goes,
Really?
yeah, so you see him like at Knicks courtside, the kick-ass days. I think he's really into the showbiz
funny,
life.
though.
Oh, yeah. All right, we'll turn these into questions. What movie uses the word fuck more than Superbad at 176 times? There's only a couple that use it more. One very famous one. From 1994. With Ray Liotta.
Goodfellas?
You got it. All right.
That was so funny just now.
Seth's comment about Fogel looking like a future pedophile was A,
Accurate.
yes, it was accurate, was A, ad-libbed, B, written by Seth and Evan, C, written by Judd Apatow.
Ad-libbed.
Correct.
I didn't even know that, but it was so obvious.
Yeah. Yes.
What famous screenplay website in 2006 had Superbad as one of the best unmade scripts of the year? A, The Blacklist.
I don't know this. I don't know.
It's going to be A, The Blacklist.
Yeah.
You know what? That's all we have for questions from Movie Facts.
Okay, good. Okay, so final question. How do you want to be remembered when you're dead?
What the fuck?
You could co-host with me.
How do I want to be remembered when I'm dead? Honestly, I don't care that much.
I like that.
You know, a lot of people are always thinking like, oh, I got to do this for my legacy. And
Yeah.
what's it matter? You're dead. Right?
Yeah.
I just,
That's what Bobby says on Bad Friends next week.
oh, really?
Yeah. He also has a similar philosophy about legacy.
Dude,
Because I think he doesn't watch basketball is why.
I love Bobby so much. I've loved him since I was a kid watching him. And even now, like as a podcast dude, all the stuff he does. Like I love video games. Like Stardew Valley. I played that shit a lot.
Yeah.
And I just want him to like me.
Yeah.
But I don't think he does. Especially
he
after
does.
beef, dude.
Yeah.
He does not like me, man.
No, he talks shit a lot, but not about you. We would literally know.
Oh, really? Okay. Bobby, Hyung, please.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would. That's a funny question. Would I take beef, the role in beef, or Bobby's love?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to pick beef.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Showbiz, baby.
Sorry, Hyung.
For
Lot of
those who have not seen Superbad, why should they watch it?
It's a fun movie. I watched it again too, and like, aside from like F-bombs, a couple F-bombs, I don't think the jokes are like, you know, I think Gen Z might still fuck with them. I think it's still funny.
Yeah.
You know what I realized though?
Yeah.
You know, we think that Gen Z is so like, you know, so politically correct and all that stuff, and they're so sensitive. But I realized that those are the ones that are like highlighted and you see a lot on like social media and stuff. But I have a feeling there's like a lot of toxic ones too.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
I always felt like the US had this, in general, dichotomy between like what, you know,
Yeah.
sex in movies, all that. So, you know, so it looked very Puritan to me. And then it was like, oh, wait a second. But under, you know, when you are on the other side, it's like, oh, people are perverts here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the question from the previous guest that we had was, wait a second, let's see if I remember.
Trisha Paytas.
Oh, yeah. And this is perfect with this movie. Name a good Paul Rudd movie.
A good Paul Rudd movie?
Yeah.
So many.
She
I
thinks
also
like there's
love Paul Rudd.
that nothing he does makes sense.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, like Clueless is classic, but just like Superbad, I Love You Man is a great movie.
Love You Man.
If you like
also my
bromance, you
favorite.
like
yes, you love.
rom-coms between guys.
I can pick your movies for you because like you love that. Love
It's such a sweet movie.
Yeah,
I Love You Man. But yeah, Paul Rudd is just a delightful, just a treasure, a gift of a human.
Yeah. And then what would you want to ask my next guest? What is something that matters to you?
What's the longest you spend on the phone with your mom?
What's the longest you spend on the phone with your mom?
3 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
It was when I was in quarantine in Korea for 14 days.
Wow.
Try an eternity.
This is a fucking weird ass podcast you guys hear. Going on.
Yes, it is.
I love it though. I'm super glad.
Thank you so much for doing that.
Superbad was the movie, and I'm super glad I was here.
Thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah.